Look up. Hello, how are you? If you are new here, my name is Nicole and I am a New York City vlogger, and today I have a very exciting video for you guys. I am performing at a poetry reading at Book Club Bar in the Lower East Side. So I've always loved poetry. I've been writing poetry since middle school. I actually made my way onto a competitive slam poetry team in high school, and I participated in a lot of readings at coffee shops, bookshops throughout college, but definitely kind of dropped off doing that once I started moving around more with Ian until now. Ian has actually been playing backing music for this poetry event for honestly maybe even a year now. And as such, I've attended all of their poetry reading events, and we've gotten really close with the host, Galinsky, and I finally went a little out of my comfort zone and asked if I could be added to their lineup. So like I mentioned, this event does take place at Book Club Bar in the Lower East Side. They actually do a lot of great events, so if you're in that area, definitely check them out. But the poetry nights are curated collections of amazing artists, and it was a really crazy opportunity to not only get back into this passion of poetry that I have, but also doing so alongside so many other talented writers. Shout out to Nikki for doing the filming. I actually have her here with me. But that's enough introduction. Let's jump into the event.
Celebration! Book Club Bar, the coolest spot in New York right now.
Yep.
My name is Galinsky. This is Poetry in New York. We do this once every 3 months. Glad everyone's here. Got 10 poets doing 5 minutes each. And I'll start off with the title piece. Everything in New York goes bang. City Bike Rental Dock? Bang. Times Square Midnight Strike Clock?
Bang.
Bang. Wall Street Steep Deep Stock Drop?
Bang.
There's a chap in the back, in the middle, right here in the room. He's holding up a piece of paper. He's drawing on it. Keeping it moving. This is her first time gracing this mic. I think, David, you haven't kicked it here before, have you either? Is this your first time here, this spot?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. This next poet has been here many times for this event, but is doing her first debut here. So please give it up for Nichole McFarland!
So I have two poems today for you guys, a couple older pieces. This first one is from when I first moved to a city. It is called Boston Rooftops. I've only ever been to Boston once, leaving small town rooftops and lazy Sunday fields for the fast-paced go, 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 heart beat-ba-dum, 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 adrenaline lights of the city. Seeing car blurs and fast-paced street lights, the subway clack, clack, clack. I take it all in like I just can't breathe. Enough of this feeling into my lungs. I hold his hand like a vice grip. Having never pushed so many people up against myself, he knows I'm anxious. In the buildings, in the subway, in the streets, I find him pulling me closer to him every now and again, shooting me looks that wonder why I keep drifting towards skyscrapers. But seeing those looming window towers, I can't help envy how close those steeples have gotten to touching stars. Pressing bare glass against cloud whispers, and as I try to accurately calculate the total distance between my toes to my heart to my head to the rooftops, I feel another pull to my left and a jolt at my feet as the uneven wear down of the sidewalk tries to pull me back to reality. He tells me, "Keep walking with your chin in the air, baby girl, and your knees are gonna end up bloody." He looks at me with a smile as if to really say, "Get your head off building ledges, love. The real world's happening down here." But how can he not see such beauty in the way those ledges stand? like with their arms stretched out and their eyes reaching on for miles. How can he not see such beauty in wanting nothing more than to touch a bird's soul, feeling higher than Friday night and knowing you don't have to hit up anyone to keep this feeling going? How can he not see such beauty and only having just to reach above your head to caress the moon goodnight like, baby, you're safe here where even spacemen can't find you? And I think it's in the sidewalk. What makes him laugh as my sentences drift up and my eyes wander to the sky again. I think it's in the sidewalk. What makes him ask questions instead of finding answers in the windows of 50-story soliloquies. What makes him shudder at the thought of rooftops like, I don't really like heights. Like, honey, that's not really the issue. That's the invitation. And I think it's in the sidewalk. That makes him glue his glasses to his sneakers and keep his headphones playing rock and roll so he doesn't have to deal with the people he's pushed himself up against. And I can see such beauty in him. And the roughly drawn guitar fingers that trace slow circles on my rooftops. I can see such beauty curling up with the smoke from his lazy windowed smiles. And I can see such beauty in his late night whispers, laying next to me and dropping down like song notes from ledges. But it's when he turns to me on Main Street, walking back from South Station, as he pulls me close to miss bumping shoulders with another stranger, he asks me, Nichole, where is your head at? And I don't quite have an answer for why my heart keeps chasing steeple tops and my eyes can't find home in the sidewalk. Maybe I'm just more optimistic than that. So I tell him, honey, I'm only looking up. The second one is called God's Image. You were created in God's image. I can remember being told this as a child, my mother reassuring me that no matter what I went through in life, God was there. He understood. And as a child, that was easy. I accepted this because, as a child, being created in God's image meant nothing more than God likes to play in sandboxes, and sometimes he tells little white lies too. It almost made sense then. I think about God's image a lot, how I supposedly possess it, I'm created in it, and therefore that means what? God and I share this connection. He gets it and he understands because, what? God's been there too? You know, it's not so easy anymore because being an image of God above no longer simply means playing make-believe and being scared of the dark. If I was created in God's image, then that means God grows up too. It means God stopped playing hide and seek at some point and started filling out job applications. If I was created in God's image, then God never quite realized how the world worked, and it's no longer just, how the fuck am I going to pay off this loan, but more like, how the fuck did I get home last night? If I was created in God's image, then God's had a drink before. And at one point later in his life than he cares to admit, maybe it was his first drink. Sitting around a fire where he didn't quite feel he fit in, but didn't quite have the nerve to say anything about it. If I was created in God's image, maybe he was a little hesitant too. But when you're as bad at making friends as I am, and apparently God is, you don't really pass up an opportunity to fit in. Maybe God just wants to be accepted. If I was created in God's image, he didn't quite realize how just a little bit of alcohol can quickly turn into a ledge you have to catch your balance on. How everything can suddenly shift from stable to a very precarious tipping, like your posture and the way people talk and those trees and some people's interpretation of the word friendship. But if I was created in God's image, maybe he didn't realize that until the next morning either. If I was created in God's image, then God regrets one-night stands and smoking habits. But when you're out late and everyone's got a cigarette in their hand except you, even God must understand peer pressure. If I was created in God's image, then he must have people back home he cares about. And maybe that gives God anxiety too, so he makes an effort to hide it, like, no, it's okay. I was just at a friend's house. Yeah, I know I said I was going to come home, but something came up. And maybe it helps him see how other people hide things too. Because everyone's got a secret, but it's not until you share that late night bottle with people that you begin to notice the stories we share with you, with them, with God. If I was created in God's image, then God goes out late at night to find parties so he can be with people who share his regrets and who also repress them. If I was created in God's image, then God gets drunk and texts at 1 a.m. from people he doesn't quite remember giving his number to. If I was created in God's image, then God gets high on nights he feels shitty because, damn it, sometimes it's the only way the world looks good anymore. If I was created in God's image, then he's begun to realize that people aren't always as good as he thought they were. That sometimes it doesn't have to mean more, and sometimes, no matter how much you try, that doesn't really change anything. If I was created in God's image, in God, dear God who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. When I am done, who is left to judge me? If I was created in God's image, then maybe God doubts whether he's real or not sometimes too. Thank you. I'm on Instagram and YouTube. I do weekly vlogs under Nichole McFarland because I actually just got married. So the musician. Thank you.
Nichole Courier! So, Nichole just shined a light. Honor these guys with a song, don't you think?
Yeah!
Ian and Evan, let's go! Ian and Evan! Remember, Ian, your introduction is part of your 5 minutes.
Thanks, Galinsky. Thanks, everyone, for being here. And thanks to all the poets for sharing your wonderful art with us. I don't know if the stage will hold both of us, but we can try. I'm Ian. This is Evan. We've had a wonderful time playing music for you tonight. We're going to put out a song in May called Irish Goodbye.
Nice.
If you want to hear about it as it's coming out, you can follow me on social medias. And other reasons to follow me on social media is I'm learning the banjo.
Your 5 minutes is up.
Oh, sorry, my 5 minutes is up. I stopped by your home on my way out. It's hard to hold the heavy head up now. Awareness, what it was supposed to be. Pick a new destiny. I will be there, so keep waiting. It's all out. No Irish goodbye. No long nights. You're the last thing this time we're hanging on to. So please don't wait.
That's the end of our program. Thank you all for coming. You guys are an amazing audience, seriously. You hung with it and actually supported all of it, so thank you so much. Poetry in New York, hosted by myself. Galinsky will be here in probably late June or July. Say hello to somebody you don't know before you leave and go home. Because we're in New York, and that's why we came here, is to meet the next what the fuck did I just meet who did I talk to. Peace, everybody. Thank you.
So let me hear that sax. Let me hear that guitar. I will give you the key that I feel like doing this eve. I think it's... let me see. C sharp minor. pretend and know you're not a fool. Alright, Evan with the sax solo, go crazy, baby, go off, here we go! Ian on the guitar, go Ian! Never gonna dance again. Guilty feet got no rhythm. Though it's easy to pretend. I know you're not a fool. Should've known better to treat a friend or to waste a chance that I've been given. So I never dance again the way I danced with you. Bring it home. Give it up for Evan and Ian. Come on, boys. Fuck yes. One more time. Clap them back to their seats, y'all.